once in my life, I have someone who needs me, someone I needed so long. For once unafraid, I can go where life leads me. Somehow I know I'll be strong. For once I can touch what my heart used to dream of long before I knew.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chutney.
And this is Corey.
And we are back with episode 12.
12.
Really? Like, seriously?
Yeah.
Man. Wow. 12 of our episode, or our video series, Young. That's how surprised I am. I can't believe it.
She's happy.
Yeah. Episode 12 of our video series, Young, Black, Educated, and in Love. So today, I'm going to jump right on into it. We are going to kind of take a different approach. Usually our topics come from us
thinking of topics,
thinking of things that we feel are important to discuss and that we want to discuss, or their requests or questions. But today we're gonna formulate our episode, or structure our episode very similar to how things are done on The View, which is one of my favorite shows. So, normally for those of you who watch The View, normally they start each episode off with a discussion of hot topics, and that's what we're going to do today. That's where our overarching issue of today's video comes from. And so the first headline, or the first hot topic that has kind of struck a chord with us, or struck a nerve, is the whole Albert Haynesworth situation. I'm sure, unless you've been under a rock, you've probably heard of it, but in case you were under that rock.
Albert Haynesworth is a football player. He's in the NFL. He went to some restaurant and had a black waitress, and she accused him of sexual assault. And his response was, "How could I assault her? I don't even like black women." Come on, son.
We're so lame. But seriously, like, really?
Right, like for real.
Who says that? So anyhow, clearly that struck a chord with us, struck a nerve. Yeah. So the second thing was this article that was posted on Corey's Facebook page. One of his Facebook friends posted it. It was a very interesting article about how black women are rated less physically attractive than all other races of women. And black men are rated, I think, the most attractive, or more attractive than other types of men.
I think that deserves a tight mouth, too.
A tight mouth?
Tight mouth. Come on, son.
So, but yeah, they
didn't interview me, I can tell you that. I didn't get one of those surveys.
Yeah, no, clearly he didn't, because if he had, I would have bopped him over the head.
I would have rated it great. Yeah, the numbers would have been higher.
Oh, would have been higher. Okay, no, you would have been on the outskirts.
Oh yeah, I would have been an outlier.
The outlier. But yeah, so that was an article that was very interesting and kind of actually gave some scientific proof for this feeling that I always had about the perception that black women had in our society anyway, that we were the bottom of the totem pole, or the bottom of the barrel in terms of different types of women. But the third thing is the whole not controversy, but it was a hot topic or topic of debate with Jill Scott and her invite by First Lady Michelle Obama to her poetry night. And it brought back into play Jill Scott's 2010 article where she talked about her feelings about interracial dating. Not that she was anti-interracial dating or against it, but that there was a sort of apprehension, or as she called it, her spirit winced at the thought of successful black men who go on to date white women. And she talked about her struggle with her feelings about this in the article, and she was kind of taken to task for it in the media. So those are the three things that we have been kind of talking about and seeing lately in our household, and we wanted to kind of get some things off our chests and give you our perspectives and tackle these issues on our own here in our episode.
And so basically we talked about those three topics because all of those speak to this overarching theme that black women are unwanted.
Yeah.
Are not valuable.
By anybody, but particularly black men.
Black men. Black men just validates what society says.
Yeah.
And whenever we come back and we say, well, I don't like black women, that validates that black women are worthless.
Right.
And so we wanted to address this topic because society does paint a picture of black women in an overt way and a covert way. It's so many times that we see on the media that they only pick the negative aspects of black women to try to showcase. Whenever I look at, let's say, like the Braxtons, I don't even watch that show, but when I look at the previews for it, all you see is black women arguing, fussing. Black women who become successful. New York, because she was a black woman that was like, she played all those stereotypical roles of being ghetto, loud, all these things. She got her own show. And so it's just this picture. If I wasn't a person who knew black women or was around black women a lot, I would have a negative image of black women based off of that. And sometimes what happens is black women start feeling unwanted. And so what we want to say is, black women, that you are wanted. Black women, we love you. Black women, you're beautiful. It doesn't matter what your skin tone is. It doesn't matter what type of hair you have, straight, natural. It doesn't matter. You're beautiful. And so one of the things I wanted to do today is challenge black men. Black men, I challenge you to support the black sisters. And when I say support black sisters, tell them that they're beautiful. Just, you're beautiful. You know, when you see a black woman walking in the store that's
and
dressed,
then say thank you.
Right. Yeah, black women say thank you. But if you see a sister that's walking on campus is doing something great, just say, sister, I appreciate what you're doing. That'll make a black woman feel really great. Chutney was in the store. An older black man stopped there and say, sister, I just want to tell you that your hair is gorgeous. That made her day.
Yeah,
and just, brothers, we got to support our sisters. When you hear someone talking negatively about our sisters, you just got to say, nah, you're not going to talk about sisters like that. Because we have to put a value on our sisters. Because if we let society put the value, they already showed what they is in society, what type of value they have when they play when you turn on the television.
Right.
We have to redefine that, brothers. We have to start believing differently than what we see on television. We don't have to rap about black women to make money. I'm sorry. That's what we feel like we have to do.
Or at
we
least
feel
not
like
in a negative
we gotta
way.
have them in the videos and shaking their butts, and you don't have to do all that stuff. We do that because, or people do that because they believe that's what we need to do. Quit degrading our sisters, brother. Love our sisters. And so Chutney, we're going to talk to the sisters a little bit about some of the things you could do also.
So the flip side to Corey's argument is that if black men are going to give us compliments and tell us how beautiful we are and stop putting us in videos shaking our behinds and half naked and calling us all kind of hoes and
sleeping around with y'all and throwing you away.
So if black men are going to do this, then black women, we also have a role to play as well, and that comes in setting the standard of how we want to be treated.
Right.
Society has already defined what they think that we are and how they think that we should be portrayed. What we have to do is stop allowing them to be able to do that.
Right.
We have to stop, allowing ourselves to be put in these videos. Corey,
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I watch World Star Hip Hop, but I have to always put my little piece in there. I watch it to stay current with what's going on in the world, not so much for entertainment purposes. And so now, go ahead.
Right, and he's being completely honest. I will vouch for him for that. But I know, and sometimes he'll show me some of the crazy headlines or the information that's going on. And one of them one day were these young black girls who were literally taking their clothes off for the camera, and it was like, for what? For who? For nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Validation. That's what it's for.
It's crazy. So black women, we have to stop putting ourselves in these situations. Stop, going on these reality shows and allowing ourselves to be to look like the stereotypical
exploited.
Yeah, to be exploited. Exactly. And then also for those of us who are not in those positions. Take myself for instance. I'm not in a reality show. I'm not in a video, but I as a viewer, as a consumer, have a role to play in that I determine what I will support and what I won't support. I just last season was a very avid supporter of the Housewives of Atlanta and Basketball Wives, and after really going back and analyzing and taking stock of the images or the messages that are being put out by these shows, I've decided to step back. It's going to be difficult because I will say that at times Nene is hilarious. The women on the Basketball Wives sometimes can be hilarious, but there's a huge a bigger picture, a larger picture there, and I don't want to support that. I don't want to encourage that kind of behavior because ultimately I don't believe that that's the totality of black women.
It's not the totality.
It's not. And the thing is there's a huge imbalance. There are some black women. There are lots of women, period, who act in these crazy ways, who fight and that kind of thing. But for black women, that tends to be the main image that's put out there for us. And so I just don't want to be a supporter of that. And whatever way that I can kind of help that or aid in that, then I want to try to do that.
Right. So we didn't want to go too long with the video, but we just want to tell you, don't believe what society says. Don't fall into the stereotypes.
Right.
You are beautiful. You don't have to do any of that crazy stuff to validate that you're beautiful, to validate that you're worth something. You're worth more than your body. You're worth your mind also. You're worth spiritually, all those other things. So we just wanted to give you something. Subscribe to our channel. We have a Facebook page that we want you to subscribe to also. You have to hit the like button.
Like it.
It's Young, Black, Educated, and in Love. We have a couple folders on there with some beautiful black couples. We have a folder on black achievement. We just trying to paint a different picture. We're going to battle this picture. We Picasso. Over here. You know what I'm saying? Right. We're Picasso, so we're trying to help repaint a new picture. And so, anything else you want to say to anybody? Well, we thank you for the love and the support, and we appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.